Good afternoon, class 6. How are you all? Hope you all been fine in your home. So, students, in the last class, we have completed chapter number 9, body movements. ठीक है, body movements in animal, in different animals, in human beings, about their skeleton, different types of joints, and everything. How the animals move or crawl under land, everything we have discussed in that chapter. Okay? So, now we are going to discuss or start our new chapter, chapter number 10, the living organisms and their surroundings. About the living organisms and their surroundings, where they live, their habitat, their adaptation, their aquatic animals, terrestrial animals, everything we are going to discuss in this chapter. Okay, so students, the introduction of the chapter is we all live we all know that only life exists in the earth. ठीक है, only the earth is a planet in which life is exist, and the wide variety of living organisms were living there, whether they are living in the snow, mountains or oceans, seas, everywhere. ठीक है, कहीं भी वो रहते हैं. So before starting the class, I want that everyone should see a video related to the chapter, the living organisms and their surroundings. With the help of the video, you are able to understand which topic we are going to deal with in this chapter. So students, enjoy the video, then we will start the class.
A chameleon is in grass gardens. Can you see it? Yes, it is under the leaves. A chameleon changes its color according to its surroundings to escape its predators. It is quite essential that they adapt to their surroundings to survive. These adaptations allow animals and plants to survive and grow in particular habitat. In this lesson, we are going to learn as to how different plants and animals adapt according to their habitats. Objectives. At the end of this lesson, you'll be able to define adaptations, explain the types of habitats, describe the various adaptations found in plants and animals living in deserts, describe the various adaptations found in aquatic plants and animals. We all know that every organism requires some place where its basic necessities like food, water, and shelter should be met. This place of living where plant and animal live and grow is known as habitat. All living organisms should adapt themselves to their habitat to thrive and survive in the surroundings. Habitat is divided into two classes. 1. Terrestrial or land habitat. 2. Aquatic or water habitat. Habitat of living organisms found on land is terrestrial habitat. Desert, mountains, forest, grasslands are the examples of this category, whereas habitat of living organisms found in water is aquatic habitat. Sea, ponds, oceans, and lakes are the examples of this category. Animals like porcupine, yak, seal, and zebra have different type of physical features to survive and live in the surroundings. Porcupine has needle-shaped quills. Yak has thick fur. Zebra has stripped skin, which can be easily mistaken as bushes. These specific features are known as adaptations. An adaptation is a variation or modification in animal or plant body to survive and live in its environment. Students, did you know that Sahara Desert is the largest desert in the world? It is located in Africa. Deserts have a unique characteristic of being dry. They are hot and dry due to high rate of evaporation and limited rainfall. Plants and animals living in deserts have modified features to survive in such extreme conditions. Camel has many adaptations that are specifically suited to desert habitat. Camel has long eyelashes and nostrils that close to protect against blowing sand. A large hump on its back stores fat, which is metabolized during lengthy period. They can drink up to 46 liters of water in one time and can live without water for a week. Wide and flat feet prevents the camel from sinking into the sand. Similarly, plants like cacti also show various adaptations to survive in dry and hot environment. The leaves of cacti are modified into spines, which reduce water loss due to transpiration. Cactus has thick and fleshy stem to store water. Roots of the desert plants deeply penetrate in the soil to absorb water. Drag and drop the right option in the appropriate box. Students, did you ever think why trees growing in hilly regions are different from the trees growing in grasslands or forest regions? Plants of hilly areas have specific adaptations to face extreme climatic conditions like cold and strong winds. Plants are small and perennials. Leaves are conical and have thick covering of wax which allows rainwater and snow to slide down. Their branches are oblique and roots are well developed. Animals living in mountain regions also show diverse adaptations to survive and live in cold surroundings. For example, yak and mountain goats are adapted to live on high mountains. Animals have thick skin and fur, which keeps the body warm in winter and snowy climates.
So students, enjoyed the video? So in the video you have listened that adaptation, habitat of different types of animals, where they are live, their surroundings, adaptation in desert, terrestrial habitat in desert, mountain, snow area, everything you have listened in the video. So let's start the chapter, the living organisms and their surrounding. Introduction I have already given you. So different types of animals lives in different type of area. So first we will discuss about their habitat. What is habitat? Like we living in the towns and the cities, we people have get the necessities of our life like food, water and shelter from to fulfill our daily needs. In this is our habitat. Okay? So plants and animals also prefer their life at the places where they guess they are best suited to for their lives, for their survivals. So the place where living organism live is called their habitat. मतलब जहाँ पे जो भी living organisms रहते हैं, that place is known as their habitat. Okay, from their habitat they get their food, water, air, light, shelter, a place for breeding to plants and animals. Everything they get, every living organisms get from everything suitable to their life from their habitat. ठीक है? So for example, जैसे कि cactus grow in a desert area. So desert is their habitat. Like camel make their habitat like this कि they can survive in the desert area with little water. So the desert is habitat for cactus and camel. ठीक है, क्लियर हो गया? इन योर बुक टेबल 10.1 organisms and their habitat is given. 6 organisms has given. You have to write their habitat. ठीक है, तुमको उसका हैबिटेट क्लियर करना है, उसमें लिखना है. मैं बता दी, जहाँ पे जो ऑर्गेनिज्म रहते हैं दे आर सुटेबल फॉर देयर लिविंग, दैट प्लेस इज कॉल्ड देयर हैबिटेट, वेदर दे आर प्लांट्स, एनिमल्स और ह्यूमन बींग्स और माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स. नाउ एनवायरमेंट. द लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म डू नॉट लिव इन आइसोलेशन. ठीक है, उसको आइसोलेट करके लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स को तुम बंद करके नहीं रख सकते. दे ऑब्टेन द फूड एंड देयर अदर नेसेसिटीज टू देयर सराउंडिंग्स. आसपास की जगहों से उनका फूड और जो भी अदर नेसेसिटीज थिंग्स है उनके लिए वो वहाँ से मिलता है. ठीक है, एवरीथिंग सराउंडिंग एंड अफेक्टिंग द लाइफ ऑफ एन ऑर्गेनिज्म इज कॉल्ड इट्स एनवायरनमेंट. ठीक है, जो हमारे आसपास की जगह है जो हमको अफेक्ट करता है एक ऑर्गेनिजम्स की लाइफ को, और वो सारी चीज़ें उसको उसके आसपास की जगह से मिलती है, दैट इज कॉल्ड इट्स एनवायरनमेंट. ओके, सो एनवायरनमेंट, होप यू विल ऑल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज एनवायरनमेंट. कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ द एनवायरनमेंट. One more thing is given. Do you know me? The study of relationship between living things and their environment is called ecology. जो स्टडी हम लोग पढ़ाई करते हैं in between their living things and the environment is said to be as ecology. Okay, now the components of environments. So there are several factors that the survival of living plants or environments in their habitat. There are several factors are there. Living things like plants, animals and human beings and microorganism in inhabited are the biotic components. ठीक है, जो living things होते हैं they are said to be as biotic components. ठीक है, of the environments. The non-living things like soil, land, water, air, sunlight, temperature and wind constitute the abiotic components of the environment. So the components of the environment has been divided into two parts, the biotic components and the abiotic components. Abiotic component क्या क्या है? The land, the non-living things like soil, water, land, sunlight, air, temperature, wind, everything, these things are said to be as the abiotic components. And biotic components be the human beings, the living creatures, whether they are plants, animals or microorganisms, they are the biotic components. So these biotic and abiotic components are depends on each other. ठीक है, वो एक दूसरे के ऊपर डिपेंड होते हैं, एक दूसरे के ऊपर. वी लिव इन ए ह्यूमन मेड एनवायरनमेंट. हम लोग क्या करते हैं, एक ह्यूमन मेड एनवायरनमेंट में बने रहते हैं, जिसको हम लोग बायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स बोलते हैं. और ये बायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स ए बायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स के ऊपर डिपेंड होते हैं फॉर देयर सर्वाइवल. ओके, सो वी विल डिस्कस द बायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स. यू आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से. लेट्स स्टार्ट द बायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स. These biotic components of the environment has been divided into four major groups. ठीक है, उसका four major groups है. What are these major groups? Are producers, consumers, scavengers and decomposers. Producer, consumers, scavengers and decomposers. Scavengers and decomposers you have already discussed in chapter number 2. ठीक है, उसको एकदम डिटेल में करने की ज़रूरत नहीं क्योंकि तुम लोग उसको ऑलरेडी पढ़ चुके हैं. नाउ वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट द प्रोड्यूसर्स एंड कंज्यूमर्स इन डिटेल कि वो क्या होते हैं, प्रोड्यूसर्स एंड कंज्यूमर्स. सो लेट डिस्कस. So first of all I am going to tell you what are producers. The organisms which can make their own food, they are called as producers, like green plants. Okay, green plants make their own food, so they are said to be as producers. They prepare their food with the process of photosynthesis with the help of carbon dioxide, sunlight, chlorophyll, etc. As you see in the picture, in their leaves is called the kitchen of the plants. Carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, glucose as a food plus oxygen is formed. So the green plants are said to be as producers. Now the consumers. Organisms that cannot manufacture their own food but consume directly or indirectly food prepared by the green plants are called as consumers. ठीक है, ये अपना खाना खुद नहीं बनाते हैं. They are directly or indirectly depends upon the producer for their food. So these type of organisms are called as consumers. These consumers has been divided again into three categories: primary consumers or herbivores, secondary consumers or carnivores, और tertiary consumers as omnivores. ठीक है, सॉरी, tertiary consumers as top carnivores, not omnivores. Omnivores का यहाँ पे नहीं है बात. So herbivorous animals which eats green plants, they are said to be as herbivorous animals, as we all know that. So they are called as primary consumers like cows, horse, goats, etc. Secondary consumers or carnivores, the animal that eat flesh of other animals are called as carnivores or secondary consumers. Carnivores का भी definition हमको पता है, the animals which eat flesh of other animals, they are called as carnivores or secondary consumers like lion, tiger, frog, lizard, snakes. Now the tertiary consumer or top carnivores, large animals, मतलब the animals which eat the flesh of other animals, large animals, they are called as top carnivores like lion, tigers, leopard. Eat secondary consumers are called tertiary consumers और top carnivores. अब वो क्या करते हैं, secondary consumers को खाते हैं, जैसे कि frog, lizard, cow, horse, goat, उनको खाते हैं. So they are said to be as top carnivores. ठीक है. Now the third one, scavengers. Organisms that feed on the dead remains of animals that are killed by predators are called scavengers. मतलब जो ऑलरेडी मरे हुए होते हैं उस एनिमल्स को, उस पे कोई, जब उसको कोई खाता है, ऑलरेडी फीड ऑन डेड एनिमल्स, दे आर सेड टू बी एज स्कैवेंजर्स. ठीक है, उसको स्कैवेंजर्स बोलते हैं. ऑलरेडी द ऑर्गेनिज्म इज डेड एंड दे फीड ऑन दैट डेड एनिमल्स, दे आर सेड टू बी एज scavengers. Okay, example, kites and vultures are the best examples of scavengers. Now the fourth one is decomposers. Organisms like some of the bacteria and fungi that decomposes dead remains of plants and animals to obtain their food are called decomposers. जैसे कि microorganisms are said to be as decomposers because they decomposes the dead plants and animals to obtain their food. So they are said to be as decomposers. अब बायोटिक कंपोनेंट कौन कौन से समझ में आ गया. प्रोड्यूसर्स, कंज्यूमर्स. कंज्यूमर हैज़ बीन डिवाइडेड इनटू 3 कैटेगरीज: प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी एंड टर्शियरी कंज्यूमर्स. third is scavengers, and fourth is decomposers. Okay, so here in one activity is given, you have to just read the activity. So इसको read कर लेना अच्छे से. In your book one activity is given. Students, please learn the activity. Okay, now interaction between बायोटिक एंड एबायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स. अब बायोटिक और एबायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स के बीच में क्या इंटरेक्शन होता है, चलो उसको देखते हैं. नो ऑर्गेनिज्म कैन लिव इंडिपेंडेंटली इन हैबिटेड प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स. बायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स डिपेंड ऑन ईच अदर और नॉन living components, abiotic components of the environment. This is said to be as interdependence. As I told you that abiotic and biotic components all were dependent with each other. कोई independently नहीं रह सकता environment में, वो दोनों एक दूसरे से depend ही होते हैं. So this is said to be as interdependence. Because interdependence, plants and animals help maintain a balance in the nature. Because this interdependence maintain a balance in our nature. ठीक है. So this is said to be as interaction between biotic and abiotic component. As you see in the picture figure 10.9, that every living creature, whether they are water plant, every living creature like trees, herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous, were interdependent with each other with non-living organism like abiotic components and living organism biotic components. ठीक है. Now adaptation. Let us discuss about adaptation. Hope you will all understand the topic till now, whatever we have completed. Let's start the topic adaptation. Adaptation क्या होता है, जब हम किसी जगह पे रहते हैं और उस environment को अपने आप को उस जगह के मुताबिक ढाल लेते हैं, then this environment is said to be as, this process is said to be as adaptation. जैसे कि मान लो तुम किसी न्यू स्कूल में एडमिशन ले रहे हो, ठीक है, वो हर चीज़ तुम्हारे लिए नया है, बट by passing the days you are able to adapt the environment of the school. वहाँ की सारी चीज़ों से अपने आप को समझ के सारी चीज़ों को देख के अपने आप को उसके अकॉर्डिंग ढाल रहे हो, ठीक है. Then this is said to be as adaptation. Favorable features present in plants and animals that help them to survive in a particular type of habitat are known as अडेप्टेशन. ठीक है, कोई फेवरेबल फीचर्स होगा जो किसी भी प्लांट्स और एनिमल्स को उसके एनवायरनमेंट, उस हैबिटेट में रहने के लिए वो अडेप्ट कर लेता है अपने ऊपर, देन दिस इज सेड टू बी एज अडेप्टेशन. ठीक है. ऑर्गेनिज्म अडेप्ट इन अ पर्टिकुलर हैबिटेट बाय चेंज इन देयर बॉडी शेप. अब कुछ चेंजेस भी होते होंगे उस अडेप्टेशन को लेने के लिए. कैसा होता होगा, दे चेंज देयर बॉडी शेप, ऑर्गन्स, कलर, साइज, बिहेवियर एंड लोकेशन. ठीक है. लाइक लोटस प्लांट इज वेल सूटेड इन एक्वेटिक हैबिटेट एंड अ कैमल इज वेल सूटेड इन अ डेजर्ट. ठीक है. तो वो लोटस प्लांट और कैमल सूट करते हैं एक्वेटिक में रहने के लिए और कैमल सूट करते हैं डेजर्ट में रहने के लिए. सो दे अडेप्ट द हैबिटेट और द नेचर ऑफ एंड द सराउंडिंग्स ऑफ द एक्वेटिक वाटर एंड द डेजर्ट. सो वो वहाँ पे उस सराउंडिंग्स को, वहाँ के हैबिटेट को अपने में अपना लिए होंगे, अपने उसके अकॉर्डिंगली अपने बॉडी शेप को ट्रांसफ़र कर लिए होंगे, चेंज कर लिए होंगे. सो दिस इज़ कॉल्ड एज एडेप्टेशन. So as you know that camel cannot live in water because it adapted to live without water. The camel is able to survive so many days without the water. ठीक है. तो वो एक दूसरे जहाँ वो रहना चाहते हैं, जैसे वो रहते हैं, वो उस जगह को, उस एरिया के जो हैबिटेट है, वहाँ का जो नेचर है, उसको अपने में अडेप्ट कर लेते हैं. देन दिस इज सेड टू बी एज अडेप्टेशन. ओके. नाउ kinds of habitats are there. In the video you are nicely understand, in the video it is nicely clear your doubts. अगर वीडियो को अच्छे से देखे होगे तो उसमें बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया है what is adaptation. ठीक है. Now the kinds of habitat. Next topic is kinds of habitat. There are two kinds of habitat. The habitat are of major two types, terrestrial and aquatic. ठीक है. First we will discuss the terrestrial, then the aquatic. First one is the terrestrial. Terra means terrestrial habitat. Terra means in Latin it means ground. So terrestrial habitat, the organism which lives on the land, they are said to be as terrestrial organism and their habitat is said to be as terrestrial habitat. Now this terrestrial habitat again divided into two different categories. First one is desert, second one is mountain, and third one is polar, fourth is forest and grassland. This terrestrial habitat again described, again subcategorized into four category: desert, mountain, polar and forest and grass. ठीक है, grassland. So first we will discuss about the desert area. ठीक है. चलो डेजर्ट एरिया में देखते हैं. So deserts are usually very hot during daytime. As we all know that at the daytime this desert is very hot and the temperature ranges to 45 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius and very cold at the night and they have very little rainfall. जो rainfall होता है it will be of only 25 centimeter. So in desert area very little amount of water is present. And as you all know that a very large variety of plants and animals survive in desert. Large number of. So let us discuss about the adaptation of desert in plants and adaptation of animals in desert. Plants और animal दोनों का adaptation पढ़ते हैं कैसा होता है in desert. Let's discuss about it. So first one is adaptation in plants. So how the plants are living in desert, how they adapted the habitat of desert. Cacti is a singular. Cactus commonly grow in desert. Cactus is the desert plant. So what are the adaptation have cactus have? Let's discuss. It has a very long root that goes deep into the soil to absorb water. ठीक है, वहाँ पे बहुत कम पानी present है तो they have long roots to absorb water. Their leaves are reduced into spines. उनके leaves क्या हो गए, spines में convert हो गए जिसको कांटा बोलते हैं. To reducing the loss of water. Leaves होंगे तो loss of water होगा through transpiration. Okay. Now the third one. The stem is thick and fleshy because it stores water. Their stems become thick and fleshy as you see in the picture 10.10. To store water, they are called as succulent plants. The stem is green in color. Fourth one, since this plant does not have leaves, the stem is adapted to make food through photosynthesis. अब इनके पास leaves नहीं है because their leaves were converted into spines. So the stem is in green colors to prepare the food by the process of photosynthesis. And the stem also have a waxy coating to prevent the loss of water. And their stem has also a waxing coating. Cactus plant को अगर तुम लोग कभी देखे होगे, touch किए होगे, they have a waxy coating to prevent the loss of water. So here you can see how the cactus adapted the desert habitat. So this is adaptation in plants. Now the page turn, adaptation in animals. Let's discuss about the adaptation in animals. How the desert animals adapted their habitat living in desert. So desert snakes and rats live in a deep burrows. As you all know that, as in the picture 10.12, you have seen that snakes and rats, they live in burrows that have a cool and moist environment during the daytime. वो बहुत अंदर soil के अंदर रहते हैं in a burrow to have a cool and moist environment at the daytime. And when the desert is very hot and dry, and at the night they came out. These animals came out from their burrows and holes and become actively. So they are said to be as nocturnal animals. So they are said to be as nocturnal animals. दिन के टाइम पे वो अपने बरों में रहते हैं क्योंकि बहुत गर्मी होती है तो वो सर्वाइव नहीं कर पाएंगे. रात के टाइम पे वो बाहर निकलते हैं और दे बिकम वेरी एक्टिव. सो दे आर कॉल्ड एज अ नॉक्टर्नल एनिमल्स. desert snake and desert rat. Now a camel has served several adaptation that help in survive in desert. अब camels के पास several adaptation है, वो बहुत ज़्यादा adapt कर लिया है desert के environment को, so it can be survive in the desert. It drinks a large quantity of water and can stay without water for a long period of time. अब camel क्या करता है, जब उसको पानी मिलता है it drinks plenty of water, large amount of water को वो पी लेता है. ठीक है, और क्या करता है, अपने आप को लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम जब उसको पानी नहीं मिलता तो वो अपने आप को वो कितनी भी देर तक, थोड़ी ज़्यादा देर तक वो अपने आप को ऐसा बना लिया है, अपने हैबिट उसको ऐसा अडेप्ट कर लिया उस एनवायरनमेंट को कि वो अपने आप को वैसा बना लिया है कि इट कैन लीव विथआउट वाटर फॉर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. ठीक है, फॉर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. सेकेंड, इट एक्सक्रीट वेरी लिटिल वाटर इन यूरिन एंड इट्स डंग इज ड्राई. इट डज नॉट स्वेट. ठीक है, और वो बहुत it excretes very little amount of urine. Urine formation is very less in amount, and their dung is waste material is also dry and they do not sweat. ठीक है, camel do not sweat. So this type of adaptation has taken by camel to reduce water loss in desert area. They have, see the structure of camel, long eyelashes protect the eyes from sand. Okay, nostrils can be closed to keep out sand. Fat stored in the their hump act as a food reservoir. Long legs help in keeping the body away from the heat of the sands. ठीक है, they have long legs to keep away them by the heat of the sands. Broad feet help in walking on the land. They have broad feet to walking on the land. you have seen different types of adaptation in desert animals. ठीक है, यहाँ तक complete हो गया. Now in the next class we will discuss about the mountain habitats, the polar regions, forest and grassland and aquatic habitat. ठीक है, अभी के लिए बस इतना ही. नेक्स्ट क्लास में हम ये सारी चीज़ों को डिस्कस करेंगे एंड इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास द चैप्टर इज going to be completed. Okay students, after the completion of video again I am saying please read the chapter and you people were able to understand. Okay, thank you students, see you in the next class. Thank you so much. Read the chapter after the completion of video. Thank you class.